Welcome to the repair shop, where precious but faded treasures...
This is bad.
I don't think I've ever seen a chair quite so broken as this.
...are restored to their former glory.
That is lovely.
That is lovely, isn't it?
Furniture restorer Jay Blades...
Bringing history back to life is what makes the repair shop so special.
...and a dream team of expert craftspeople.
Amazing.
It's a bit like brain surgery.
God! Come together to work their magic.
When you look at something that looks so hopeless like this, it makes me even more determined to get it back.
That's teamwork.
Employing heritage craft skills passed down the generations.
It is a privilege to be able to do something for somebody that means so much to them.
Preserving irreplaceable heirlooms.
To bring those pieces back to life is just the most wonderful thing, and I'd like to do it forever.
The team will restore the items, the memories,
I'm so happy to see it.
and unlock the stories that they hold.
It's made it all worthwhile.
In the repair shop today, it's a numbers game for Brenton and Sara.
I'm not remotely mathematical, it's coloured pencil.
As they strive to put the sparkle back into a 1950s wedding tiara.
Specified by Sarah that these have got to be 44 millimetres long, so that's what they're going to be.
And Steve is in his element.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a nice job.
Coaxing out the hidden charms of a worn-out wedding present.
The tick of a clock is like the heartbeat of the clock, and the strike of the clock is like the character of the clock.
But first, a captured memory from a bygone era. Order Gwyn Higginson has travelled from Leek, hoping art restorer Lucia Scalisi could revive it.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Hello, Gwyn, I'm Lucia.
Oh, hello, Lucia.
So that must mean that you've got a painting for us.
I have got a painting for you.
So that is a really powerful painting.
This is my father's painting. He painted mining scenes from memory.
What's your father's name?
Norman Phillips. He was born in Wales in 1920. At the age of 4, the family moved to Yorkshire and he went down the mines following his elder brothers.
What age was he when he went down the mine then?
14.
He started at 14?
Yes, 14.
Working in the mines?
Yeah.
OK.
I mean, it's a different world.
What's going on in this painting then?
This is the shop lighter.
What's that?
What they would do is they would have explosives, the shot, which they would lay underground at a distance.
So they're waiting for an explosion?
They're waiting. I think you can sort of see there's a anticipation in the...
Fear. And
fear.
Yeah.
This has really made me think about my dad's life, and it's really hit home what a difficult time he had.
Yeah.
And each brushstroke is sort of him putting his memory from his head onto that canvas.
Yeah.
Was your dad classically trained then? Was
No, not trained at all. He'd had some time off work with a back problem, and my mum gave him some watercolour paints just to pass time while he was off.
Yeah.
And he started to do these sketches of the mines from memory, of the time when he was in the pit.
Did you ever see him paint?
Yes, all over the house. He'd be on the floor on his knees by the light of the window. Used to be in the bath, and he'd have them up on top of the cabinet, so you'd have all these big burly miners looking down while you're in the bath.
Yeah. How many paintings did your father do then?
I think there must be about 40. A lot of them at the National Coal Mining Museum. My mum donated them there.
So is your dad still with us then?
No. Sadly, he died in 1988. He was very patient, very into nature. You know, there was a sensitivity about him. He was a gentle giant.
So what's wrong with the painting then?
Well, straight in the middle here, there's a big scratch. and we were moving furniture, and as we turned the table, brushed the painting. So it was covered over and I put it in the attic. I'd like to donate it to the National Coal Mining Museum along with the others.
That's nice.
It's something that needs sharing. I think it is time to let it go.
He lives on through his paintings.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing this in. You take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Gwyn, bye.
You love your dad, and he's not here. But I'm sure he'd be really happy about what's going to happen to it, hopefully. I feel very proud of him. I'm prouder, I think, than I've ever felt.
It's a nice thing what Gwyn is doing, giving this over to the museum.
It's quite an emotional painting, don't you think?
It's a beautiful painting. It needs cleaning, though, as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, because if I repair this scratch,
Right.
it'll have a halo around it, you know, because there's a lot of dirt on here, so I'm going to do a surface clean,
OK.
revarnish.
Yeah.
I'll retouch that.
OK.
It's going to look very different, in a good way.
You look excited, man. Look at you.
I am.
Good
No,
one.
that's great. It's really nice having this painting to work on. It takes me back to a memory of when I was training as a student in Newcastle. And one of my first paintings was a painting by a 19th century painter. It was of miners under the Coley Tyne, it was called. I'm keen to get this out of the frame and have a look at the back of the painting. So let's have a look. Ooh, labels. Wow. Mining Memoirs, number 8, Shotlighter. Artist name Norman Phillips. It went into an exhibition in 1968. This will be something really nice to tell Gwyn, because this will be in an exhibition catalogue, and that gives the artist and the work provenance. So that is a really nice thing to have.
The Barnes' next arrivals are Lydia Jones and her mother Vivian from London. They have a precious relic for the attention of expert with needle and thread, Sara Dennis.
Hello.
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 Hi.
So, hold on a minute, just before you get what's in the box. You guys look really cool.
Oh, thank you.
What's that, 1950s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lydia's influence on me. I'm a vintage trader.
OK.
We both like to look the part.
All right. So in there must be something vintage, then?
Yes, and something 50s.
OK, let's have a look.
So this is the wedding tiara, tiara being quite a grand word currently for what it looks like, but the tiara that my nana wore on her wedding day.
And your nana's name is?
Pamela.
OK.
And we don't have a lot of her things, 'cause she never really kept much. But she passed away last year, and when we were clearing her house, we found a box at the back of a cupboard, and when we opened it up, we found this inside.
As it was in a hairnet and I unwrapped it, little bits of diamante and pearls started falling off it. We opened it up probably a week after Lydia got engaged.
Yeah.
Oh. It seemed like a present sort of arriving cosmically.
Yes.
Please tell us about your mum.
She was just the best, most wonderful person. She was very glamorous, and she was a model before she got married.
Oh, she was a model?
Yes, we have got quite a lot of her modelling photographs, including one where she's modelling the new zigzag parting.
She was a real trendsetter in the 1950s. And beautiful hair, platinum blonde. She's got, you know, the perfect flicks by the end of the 60s.
I always used to think if you pushed a marble in one side, it could go all the way around and come out the other side.
It's very glamorous then.
Yeah.
So how would you feel wearing this on your wedding day?
Well, it's very hard to put into words, but she passed away so unexpectedly. I always thought she'd be there.
Yeah.
So to know that she's here in this sense, for me, that just feels like she's here. And the most glamorous part, to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
So may I have a look at it?
Absolutely, yes.
It is silk, it's wrapped in silk, and it looks as though somebody's made it for her.
Yeah, I think definitely through her modelling, she will have had all kinds of connections.
So what do you actually want me to do with it? Because I can... Obviously, some of the bits are missing.
Yeah. We keep saying how glamorous my Nana was, and I've just been thinking if I'm wearing something of hers on my big day, I want it to show that off.
But I'm presuming that you want to keep as much of the original there as possible.
Original is important, for sure.
Sounds like we've got enough to get going on, because we want to restore your grandmother's glamour into that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
My pleasure.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The last year has been very difficult since she died. But finding the tiara and knowing that it's going to be restored, and for such an exciting event like Lydia's wedding, it's like the sun's come out again.
Having my Nana's tiara when she can't be here herself is a dream come true, really.
So how do you start fixing a tiara?
Well, I think this tiara, I'm going to strip it all off, clean the diamantes, clean the pearls, and then I need to somehow straighten these wires, or whether it's maybe new wires.
Well, that ain't a problem. I can get Brenton on that, but you're going to take it completely apart.
Yeah. The silk thread's rotten, and once I take the silk thread off, it's going to fall apart anyway.
OK. Sounds like you've got a lot to do.
But it will, it'll work out.
I know it will. It's in your hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's you.
So, before I do anything with the actual tiara, I have plotted out this very complicated-looking diagram of where things are and where I want things to be eventually, because there's lots of bits missing. I'm not remotely mathematical, it's coloured pencils. So I'm literally just putting in tiny little dots. I've made the diamonds pink and the pearls green, so at least I can see the pattern of what's going on. I'm going to start taking off the precious pearls and diamonds. They're diamante, they're costume. They're not expensive, but I want to keep them as intact and safe as possible because I do not want to lose any, because my diagram has told me I've got just the right number of pearls. So if I lose one, I'll be down on my hands and knees looking for it.
Fine art restorer Lucia is preparing to tackle the grime, hiding the detail in the painting by a former miner.
There's a bit of surface dirt. You can see the greyness on the swab there.
But before that, she wants to assess the damage that saw it consigned to the loft.
Oh, this is quite good. Basically, that scratch is not too deep at all. Once it's had its first coat of varnish, I'm going to be able to just do minor retouching along there. I know that Gwyn was devastated by the scratch, but to be honest, could have been a lot worse. I'm going to do a surface clean. I'll be using an aqueous solution, which is basically distilled water with a few drops of ammonia in it, just to break the surface tension of the water and enable it to work. When it's dirty like this, it really flattens all the surface colours and you get less contrast between the lights and the dark. So by the time I've finished and put a new varnish on the surface, we'll get a lot more contrast and it will be a lot easier to read what's actually going on. And to be honest, after all my years and experience, I never fail to be thrilled by that. There's a lot of emotion going on in this painting, which Norman put into it because he'd experienced this lifestyle. It's what he did for a job. So he really feels for these men. He knows what they're going through. Anticipation of fear and that intense waiting for the shot blast. And I think that's really captured in these little tiny beads of sweat. 2 beads of sweat captured in the light of this miner's lamp. Very expressive, says it all. It's fantastic.
Now that Lucia's cleaned away the grime to reveal the oil painting's true colours, she can apply a coat of protective varnish.
I'm going to keep brushing it until it's nearly dry, because that'll give it a nice matte finish.
Next, she can turn her attentions to the surface damage.
I'm going to start the retouching of this scratch across the centre of the painting. Amazingly, most of it's disappeared with the cleaning and the varnishing. It was superficial, but there are just a few high points that have been exposed of the under layer of white, so I'm just going to touch those out. So I'm using my synthetic resin and my dry pigments, which are all pure individual pigments, and I mix them up and I'll make a paint. I can't use anything like oil paints. Although this is oil paint, you would never retouch with oil paint because it discolours within a year or less. With retouching, I'm trying to just get the tonality right. I don't have to use the same materials as the artist. My materials will always sit quite differently, so future generations should always be able to distinguish what I do to what the artist has done. That's the intention, as well as getting quite good colour matching, so your eye doesn't stop when you're looking at the painting. I'm very pleased with that. It's gone very well, and that scratch, I defy anybody to see it. It's actually gone really well. It's disappeared.
The barn's next arrival is Brian Polly, with a much-loved item he's known all his life. He's hoping clock restorer Steve Fletcher can resurrect it.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Right, what have you brought along?
Well, I brought a clock, which was a wedding present to my parents in 1948.
Right, OK.
The history of the clock dates back to a bit of a wartime romance between my parents.
Oh, right. Yep.
When the Second World War broke out in 1939, my mother was posted overseas in the WAFs, the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, to Algiers and North Africa.
Right.
My father, coincidentally, had also been posted to North Africa in his signals unit. And then in 1944, my mother, by that time, was billeted in the Hotel Regency.
Right.
And as I understand it, there were 20 WAFs billeted upstairs, and the foyer of the hotel downstairs was permanently besieged by servicemen wanting to take the ladies out.
And your father was one of those?
Yes, one night my father was one of those servicemen who arrived and met my mother.
So they got together then, and when did they get married?
They got married in Sidmouth in Devon in 1948, and one of the wedding presents was this clock.
What are your memories of this clock?
Well, it was always pride of place on the mantelpiece. I always remember bedtime. I could stay up until the clock struck, which it always seemed to strike far too quickly.
So this clock was with your parents all the time from when they were married?
Yes.
Now, how long were they married?
They were married for 64 years.
64 years?
64 years,
oh,
yes.
My goodness.
Yeah, my mother passed away in 2012, and my father moved to an assisted living apartment near us. And the clock became probably more important then because he suffered from very poor eyesight, so his daily timetable relied very heavily on the chimes of the clock telling him what time of day it was. So when I visited, the first topic of conversation was normally, is the clock telling the right time, and could I wind it up for him?
OK. And why have you brought it along today?
Well, it doesn't really work anymore.
Oh, right, OK.
It certainly doesn't strike as I remember it in my childhood. As you can see, it's in need of some care and attention.
Yeah.
The casing is obviously quite grubby.
Yeah.
And the hands and the dial similarly have lost their sparkle. I think there's a few tiny pieces of damage. I would love it to be restored, if at all possible, as it was on the day they received it in 1948, so I can restore it to pride of place on our mantelpiece and hopefully pass it on to my grandchildren and future generations.
Brian, thank you very much for bringing this clock in. I really look forward to working on it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
I'd be absolutely delighted if Steve could restore the clock The clock was a very special item to my parents, and it was a very special item to myself and my brother as we grew up. In particular, I would love to hear it striking properly again, because that's one of my most long-lasting memories of the clock.
There are a few things that Brian said were wrong with this clock, and I can see that the hands have been repainted at some time, and the dial as well, because that's quite tatty. The mechanism, I'm just going to take the gong out first of all. The gong was quite loose, and if the gong's loose, it doesn't resonate the way that it should do. So I think that's just a matter of tightening that up, and that'll improve that hugely. I think this clock is certainly really very, very dirty, and I can see that there's quite a lot of worn holes that I'll need to replace with new bushes. I'm going to pop the case over to Will so he can polish it up and make it look beautiful.
On Sarah's bench, the 1940s bridal headpiece is ready for its piece-by-piece restoration.
I've got the naked tiara, minus pearls and diamonds, and it's in a little bit of a crooked state.
Before she sees to the hundreds of jewels, the crumbling wire frame needs the expertise of silversmith Brenton West.
Hey, Brenton.
Hiya.
I've brought you this tiara. It's a little bit sad.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wondered if you could help me with the wire work.
Is this silk on here?
Yeah, I think the silk's keeping those spiky bits in place.
Well, they need to be held properly in the wire of the base.
Exactly.
And I see you've got a nice drawing
I've
there.
got a mathematical diagram.
You have been busy.
And that's all the measurements down there. And that's it,
Right.
I think.
See you in about a year, then.
That.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brenton.
OK. Lots of very thin wires in here. I've just cut down some of this silk here to reveal 3 wires. They are the main frame of the tiara, and I'd like to save these 3 wires and use them again. However, the uprights are all a bit frail and a bit bent. There's one fallen off. I'm going to remake those and wire them in like these were originally done, and will make it a lot stronger and a lot better.
So originally, the diamante would have been really sparkly and glamorous, a bit like Pamela herself. And over time and in storage, they've got a bit dull, a bit dark.
To clean the diamante, Sarah can use an ultrasonic bath, but the synthetic pearls need a careful, hands-on approach.
I'm washing these pearls in plain soap. I think it's making a better job to do them individually. And I'm being really gentle. I'm just using a soft brush and then into rinsing water. Really impressed with those. They've come out really shiny. Brenton's going to put some really nice wire on the tiara. So I have to live up to Brenton's work.
These parts I'm making now, the little spikes, are the parts that are going to hold the jewels. I've got lots of these things to make. Specified by Sarah that these have got to be 44 millimetres long, so that's what they're going to be. It's got to be right, or I'll get in trouble.
Brenton's made me these lovely brass L shapes, ready to attach the diamantes, which I'm doing now. So I've wired the little diamantes onto stainless steel. Very, very, very fine wire. And I'm literally wrapping the wire around the brass. It's so fiddly. It's a type of job you need 5 pairs of hands. So I've got my L there, I've got my 7 diamonds on. And I'm now going to wrap the bar and the diamante wire with the silk, and I have to get it nice and even. I'm going to be here for a long time doing these.
As Sarah and Brenton work in tandem, Lucia's solo restoration of the miner's painting is complete.
Last screw going in. Pleased with that, so I can turn it over and first look. That's great. I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with the varnish as well, but the cleaning has really brought out to the fore the brush strokes that Gwyn was talking about and how she remembered her father's brush strokes. I'm thrilled to bits with this. It was a real pleasure and an honour as well to work on Norman's painting, and I think Gwyn will be thrilled to see it and hopefully very surprised.
Following its accidental damage, the painting had gathered 30 years of grime while stored out of harm's way. Gwyn's hoping her talented father's personal depiction of life down the mines has now been restored.
There's a mixture of being excited and a bit sad, because obviously my dad's passed away. Been thinking about him a lot since I left the painting, hoping that when I look at it, it's as I remember him kneeling down in the living room, on his knees painting, and that's in my mind now. I just can't wait now to see it.
Hello.
Hello, Jen.
How you doing?
Hello, Lucia.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
It's been a real honour to have this painting in here, because your dad is a very accomplished artist.
Oh, very accomplished. And it's such an emotional painting.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
As I walked in, I looked up. I was imagining him walking along with me through the barn door. So, this one's for you, Dad. Thank you, hopefully.
Gwyn, well, I hope you're going to be very happy with it.
Oh, look at that. Colours. I didn't even know they were there. Oh, look at that. There's sort of blues in there when you move around. Oh, look at that. The muscles and the tension. Oh, Lucia.
It's a great painting, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it? And the scratch. I haven't even thought about scratch.
You don't need to think about it.
I don't. It's not even. It's not even.
Never happened.
It's gone. I'm speechless.
It's truly a wonderful painting, and I think when you look at it, you'll get more and more out of it. When I took the backboard off, there's a label on it from an exhibition that he exhibited in 1968.
Really?
Yeah. But that's part of the provenance, so it's a very important part of the history of what's happened to this painting since 1968.
Oh, I can't stop smiling. Oh. You can see him now, but his bald head. And he's got his lovely little smile. Very proud of him.
Good.
You should be.
Very
Yes.
proud. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, what we're going to do is get this wrapped up for you now, OK?
Thank
So you
you,
can get it
Jay.
out and continue smiling.
I know. Thanks, Jay. It's just wonderful. It's just so wonderful to see it. Not only the scratch gone, but all beautifully cleaned, and all the figures are showing through, and the lights. It's just wonderful. Wonderful. That's just so special.
On his bench, Steve's taken apart the mechanism of the chiming clock gifted as a wedding present in the 1940s. He thinks he's worked out why it's not been working properly.
There are a couple of really bad bearings. This actually is a barrel which contains the mainspring which drives the clock. And the hole in the centre there is really quite severely out of line, which means that instead of the barrel turning in a uniform way, it's actually turning a bit like that, which will stop the clock. So what I'll need to do is turn that true, put a new bush in, which is a new plug of brass, and that should correct that. I'm just doing it very, very steady so that I just take off enough. Good, and that'll be all ready now just to pop a new bush into their new bearing, and it'll work really well. Another bad bearing is the centre bearing. It is just too loose, and that'll cause an issue as well. So I need to polish this pivot up and pop a new bush in there, and that should help the clock. So I just need to open up the hole in this new bush into here. I'm going to use a tapered 5-sided cutting tool, and I'll just keep pushing it in bit by bit until the hole opens up just enough for the pivot to slide into. There we go. So there's just enough movement there, just enough room for oil, as my grandfather would say. Good, I just need to pop that in now, and that should complete the repairs. And I can get the clock back together, and hopefully it'll all work nicely. Good, that's gone in nicely. I've just been wondering what to do with the dial and hands, because I know that Brian wanted them smartened up. It's got a lacquer on it, and the dial is very stained and dirty, but I think what's underneath is okay. So I think I'm going to see if I can just take the lacquer off and see what's under there. So I'll pop that into my clock cleaning fluid, and I'll just see how it comes out.
As the brasswork has its birth, Will's about to start sprucing up the damaged, lacklustre wooden case.
There's a tiny chip here that needs to be replaced. It looks like someone's already tried to put a bit of filler in there, but they haven't sort of blended it in. So I'm going to take that old filling out, put a new one in there, blend it in with the rest of the lovely oak colour, and then just give it a clean and a wax over. But all in all, it should come up really, really nicely. So the filler that I'm using is quite light, so I'm adding a little bit of brown umber here to give it a bit more of a darker tone. This isn't the final colour, it just creates a really good foundation when I come to painting that wood grain effect on the surface.
That has come up so well. That's absolutely brilliant. I'll just take the hands out. Fantastic. They're going to look great against the woodwork that Will's doing. It's going to look beautiful.
I'm going to start mixing up the pigments for the colouring. I'm going to use a tiny bit of shellac polish, and I'll probably use a little bit more brown umber. Right, well, that's quite a nice colour. I'm going to start getting that colour back onto the surface. I've worked on quite a few clocks with Steve in the past, and I've always tried to get the casing looking as beautiful as I can. With this clock, I really hope that Steve can get this striking again like it once did, because it's that striking sound that hopefully brings back memories of Brian's dad and his childhood. Well, that's the clock case cleaned now. It just needs a touch of wax, then I can get it over to Steve.
I've got to the point now of popping the clock back together again. There's an order that everything has to go back in. got it all assembled now, and I'm just going to wind up the two mainsprings. I'll just wind up the strike first, and then the time side. I'm just going to check and see whether the strike is working all right. That's nice and lively, so that strike's going to work really well now. I'll just pop the pendulum on. And that's a good sounding tick and a good lively action as well. So just wait for the case to come back from Will, and I can pop it in and get everything else up together.
After hours of meticulous work, Sarah's now finished reattaching, in their new arrangement, all of the tiara's countless gems.
That's all the diamonds, all the pearls in place. My fingers survived just. I've just got to do the wrapping, which is my favourite bit. It was in such a state, it's been quite difficult to get it back to looking like something that somebody would want to wear on their wedding day. It's been a labour of love, I think, this one.
The tiara, once worn 60 years ago by a stylish young bride, came to the barn brittle and bent, and its remaining gems had lost their sparkle. Back with Mum Vivian, Pamela's granddaughter Lydia is hopeful she'll be able to wear it at her own upcoming nuptials.
It's been wonderful to think that the tiara will be involved in my wedding day as a way of having Nana with me. It will mean a huge amount to wear it and to be able to show it off.
I'm feeling so excited about seeing it. I know it's going to look different, but I still want to look at the tiara and see my mother.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, ladies?
Oh my goodness. I'm very excited to see what it might have transformed into.
And you remember what it looked like before, don't you?
It had a sort of wonky charm to be nice.
Polite, wasn't it?
It's a really polite way to put it. I really want to show you. I don't want to hold you in suspense any longer. You ready?
Yes, yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
wow.
It's beautiful. You are clever.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea you were going to be able to make it look like that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's wonderful. I can't believe it's something I'm going to be wearing. Yeah.
It's a little bit of her with you on your day, isn't it?
To channel her about to get married as well. When I'm in that spot, that'll be probably quite overwhelming come the day. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Let's go very
Take care.
carefully.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
I'll wait
you.
for the photos.
Yes. Exciting. To have something my Nana would recognise as her tiara, and to have something that is beautiful and can last and last and last. Amazing. Just an amazing feeling.
Another treasured item is almost ready to go home, the chiming clock.
Hey, Steve. All done.
Fantastic. Oh, you can't even see where you've patched that. Patch what, you say?
Exactly.
Absolutely perfect. Brian's going to really, really like this.
Fingers crossed.
When it's all together, it's going to look cracky. These cases are really quite well made, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you get on with it.
OK. So I've just got to get it all back together. Pop the movement in first. I'm going to put the all-important gong in now. Good. The tick of a clock is like the heartbeat of the clock, and the strike of the clock is like the character of the clock. Ooh. That's really sweet. Absolutely fantastic. It's a nice job.
A 1940s wedding gift, the handsome timepiece took pride of place at home throughout the couple's 64-year marriage. Brian has returned, hoping to hear the tick and chimes of his late parents' clock, which fascinated him as a child.
Obviously, after nearly 70 years, it was fairly tired and in need of some repair. If the strike can be made to work properly, that would be wonderful. Above all, very excited, a little apprehensive, but very excited.
Hello, Brian.
Hello.
You all right,
Brian?
Very well indeed, thank you.
So, what are you expected to see or hear underneath there?
I'd love to hear it striking, but as long as it works, I'll be very happy indeed.
When was the last time you heard it was striking?
My father died about 5 years ago, and that's the last time, somewhat strangely, it worked properly. Since I inherited it, it's never worked properly.
Right. OK, you ready?
Hope so.
Here we go.
Wow. It's like a new clock. Can I touch it?
Of course you can, it's yours.
Yeah. Well, I imagine that's as they received it in 1948 when they got married.
Can you hear anything?
I can. It's working. Excellent. It's really, really good. I'm absolutely delighted. And the finish on it is superb.
Well done the outside.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
You hear it ticking.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need to hear?
The strike. Yeah.
OK.
Would you just like to open up the door?
Yes, certainly.
Move the hand up
Yeah.
to the 6 o'clock.
Wow. I don't think I've ever heard it strike like that. So you've done a wonderful job, thank you. I think if my parents were here now, they'd both be very proud. I think my mother would have dissolved into tears by now.
Oh, really?
So where's it going to go now, then? What are you going to...
There's a space already cleared on the mantelpiece in our living room. And hopefully my grandchildren will be fascinated by it as I was when I was young.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it in.
Thank you very much indeed.
You're very, very welcome. I really enjoyed working on it. Good, good.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye now.
I'm really, really pleasantly surprised that the clock looks brand new. Well, I'm shocked. It looks so good. It was a wonderful feeling to hear the clock striking again after so many years. My parents, they'd be so proud. The spirit of their happy years lives on with the clock, really.